Most of the CRM systems that we're using do not allow their users to send cold emails from within their platforms. Now, the CRM systems like HubSpot, Salesforce, Zaha CRM do not give you that functionality. So if you still decide to send out cold emails, what you have to do is you have to find a different platform that gives you that possibility and that functionality. And most of the time, the platforms are like Instantly, SmartLead, and many other cold emailing platforms. Now, when we start using cold emailing platforms and at the same time having our data inside a CRM system, our data becomes scattered. It just goes into two different platforms. We complete two different activities for those prospects, and then that data never gets aggregated again. And this is why we're missing the updates, we're missing some of the prospects, and sometimes the activities or the updates for those prospects are just going nowhere. So in this video, I'm gonna show you a very simple systems of how I integrated a cold emailing platform with a very simple CRM system. Now, I want to give you a quick disclaimer here. This is gonna work for any CRM or cold emailing platform that you're using. I'm not trying to tell you that this softwares that I'm gonna be presenting to you are the best. I'm just using this to demo you the system. In my example, the cold emailing platform is gonna be Instantly. I'm gonna be using Airtable as a very simple CRM system, and I'm also gonna be using Make.com as an integration platform to link the data between these two platforms together and to make our CRM system a single source of truth. Before I can show you how this system works and walk you step by step of how the process and automations work, let me quickly break down the system architecture so you understand the big picture before we dive into the very granular steps of how the system performs. Now, over here on the screen, you'll be able to see a couple of diagrams. The first one just shows us all the system components that we have. Again, this is going to be a very simple system, so we are just using record management software, which is going to be our Airtable system. Basically, that contains all the information about our contacts. And again, in your case, it might be Salesforce, HubSpot, Pipedrive, it can be Zoho CRM, any other CRM platform that is out there can serve you as your record management platform or software. We're gonna be using Instantly as our cold emailing software. And again, I'm leaving those names for the softwares just so you can place your own label over here. It can be Instantly, it can be SmartLead, it can be anything else that you wish to use and that kind of supports your goals and gives you the functionalities that you require from that platform to achieve the results that you want to achieve with this process or system. And the third piece is going to be an integration platform. Now, there are many options out there. I'm going to be using Make.com as an example, but you can also plug in tools like Zapier or NAN or any other platform that you have available to you to make this system work. Now, another important piece, just so you understand the high level how the system works, is a system architecture diagrams, which just quickly shows us how users interact with the systems that we build. Now, this system is very simple, so we just have four main components, and I'm gonna basically demo you all these four functionalities just in a second, but let's go through them very quickly. The first piece is we're gonna be triggering the creation of Instantly leads within our CRM system. You're gonna see how it works in a minute, but basically it shows you that we're doing that from within our record management system or our CRM platform. It creates our records and it also links those records to the contacts from where we initially triggered the automation. Again, you will see in a couple of minutes what I mean by that. The second piece is triggering sending of the email campaign. Now, as we have our entities in our system, we need to click the button so it sends the emails to those people. As you can see again here, we're using our record management system or our CRM system as the single source of truth. So all the actions are happening from within that system, and then the functionalities that we're going to be using is here in Instantly. So you can see data flowing from our Airtable to Instantly, and Instantly it adds our lead to the campaign, sends the emails, and then writes the data back into our system so that we can easily see everything that's happening to that lead in Instantly from within Airtable. The next piece is going to be replying to the email. Now, as soon as we get the reply or we send the email, we also want to track that data in our CRM system. This is why we have a simple diagram here the replies and emails are sent from instantly, but that data now goes back into our single source of truth, our CRM system, Airtable in this case. And the last piece is triggering the creation of the opportunity. As soon as you have someone replied and they are interested, you want to convert that engaged lead into an opportunity and move them throughout your pipeline to convert them into the paying customer. Now, as we broke this system down on high level, let's get into testing the system and seeing how it works in reality. We're gonna be starting with Airtable, and here in Airtable you can see a couple of tables that I've created. We have our context table that will contain all the information that we have about the prospect, and from where we're gonna be triggering the creation of our leads and also the start of our email campaigns inside instantly. You also see the opportunities, and this is the structure that is most common throughout all the CRM systems. Again, I have it very simple, so I just have context and opportunities. Inside your CRM system, you might also have accounts or companies just to group your contact in different groups of people who are working in the same organizations. You can also see the instantly leads, and this is going to be the table that will correspond to all the leads that we're going to have in a different platform, in our cold email platform that's called Instantly. And we're going to need this to track and sync our data from that platform back into our CRM system, and I'm going to show you in a second of how that looks in reality. In the meantime, let's get back into the context and start uploading our records into the system. Now, when you're performing cold email outreach, most of the time you're going to get a list of records or list of prospects. And in this example, you can see a very simple list that I put together. We just have the first name, the last name, the primary email, and secondary email of our prospects to whom we want to reach out to. In some cases, you might have more data available to you. In this case, you can upload everything you have available into your system, not to lose any piece of information. Now, as we'll review this, let's get back into Airtable and start importing the data. I'm gonna start by going into the import data functionality from within Airtable. Your CRM system probably has something very similar. Every single platform does. So just go try to find that button that says import data and then upload your CSV file into your system just to upload the records and start working with those records inside your platform. Over here, you can see a very important step is to map the columns that we have in our CSV file to the values in our platform, in our CRM system. And again, just make sure that you map the right values. In this case, it's primary email, secondary email, first and last name. You also might want to find an option to exclude first row in import. This will just allow you to exclude those headers from the CSV file that you're uploading. It becomes very handy, and you do not need to remove that record manually yourself. Now, as we give it a couple of seconds, you're gonna see the records populating in your system. Again, in my case, it looks something like this. In your case, the view might be different, but the values that you put into system will be in your system now. So in my example, the next step for us is gonna, if we go back to that diagram, is gonna be to trigger the sending of the email campaign. And in order for us to do that, we have to create our instantly leads. In my example, I have both primary and secondary email to whom I want to reach out to. Again, sometimes you have up to 5 emails, up to 10 emails. You decide to how many emails you want to reach out to. I know in some instances, people prefer just to use the primary email, not to send too many emails out. Again, I prefer to reach out to every single contact opportunity that I have. So if I have 2 emails, I would reach out to 2 emails and see which one replies better. In this way, the way this system works is I just have a simple checkbox over here that will trigger the creation of the instantly lead. Again, Instantly is the platform we're using in this example. In your example, it might be a different cold emailing platform, but by clicking this checkbox, you will see the automation status changing and showing us that the instantly lead is getting created, and it should be linked to the column on the right over here. Now you can see the instantly leads get connected on the right hand side over here, and the automation status is changing to successful. So this way we know that we created all the instantly leads in our contacts records. You can also see that in some instances, I just have one email available to me. In this case, I'm just gonna have one instantly lead linked to this contact record. Again, where I have both emails available, I'm creating 2 instantly leads and they're available and linked to the respective contact. Now, as we created those Instantly leads, let's start sending the emails. And before we dive into the emails, let's go quickly to Instantly and check the email campaign that we've set up for this prospect. You can see in my account I have a couple of campaigns, and the sales system demo campaign is the campaign that we're going to be using. Now, in this campaign, I've just set up simple email flow that consists of 3 emails. You can see the body of the email is not that good for a sales or cold email outreach, but again, those are generated just simply with AI. This is just an example, and those emails are going to be sent one after the other. Now, at this point, you can see there are no leads inside the campaign. As soon as we go and trigger the sending of the emails from within our Airtable system, it should create and populate records inside Instantly and start sending emails automatically. So let's get back to the CRM system. We're gonna go into Instantly Leads table, where you can see all the Instantly leads available to us. And then we're gonna go and check a couple of checkboxes to start sending the emails out. Now, as I do this, there is a background automation on Make that creates Instantly leads, and you can see it over here. It just created Instantly lead, and it also added that lead into the initial campaign that I have set up on Instantly and I just shown you. And as I go back to my Airtable system, you can see how it looks from this view as it changes the statuses from not started to launching to let you know that the campaign is in process of sending those emails to the people to whom I want to send the emails. You can also see that it populates Instantly lead ID. Now, this is more a technical aspect of the system. It's not probably going to be used by anyone who is actually selling or managing this system, but it's very, very helpful whenever you set up those automations just to know which record in Instantly relates to which records in our CRM system in Airtable. Great. As our Instantly leads are now in the launching status, that means that the emails are now being sent. And again, it might take some time because of the Instantly settings to send those emails to us. But what's going to happen, and I'll show you in a second, as soon as I get the email through, I'll show you that all the emails that we're sending from Instantly and all the replies that we're receiving inside Instantly are going to populate in our system. And this is exactly what I said at the beginning when we have this piece of functionality or architecture where all the replies that are going into Instantly are also synced with Airtable, so we can easily see the updated information and there is no discrepancies between Instantly platform and our single source of truth, Airtable. As I'm waiting for emails to go through, I'm gonna go quickly to Instantly and show you how it looks now in Instantly. You can see the same campaign that I pulled up before. There were no leads at the time. Now we have those 3 leads that we marked inside Airtable. Again, all of them are not yet contacted, so the emails are gonna go out very, very soon. But now we have all those Instantly leads inside Instantly platform at the same time having the up-to-date status in our CRM system. So again, this just helps us to eliminate those data discrepancies and mismatches between 2 platforms. If you were doing this manually, that would probably happen much, much faster. So now, as a couple of minutes passed, you can see in Airtable as we go back, one of the statuses has changed to active. So it was launching, now it is active, and the reason for that is because the emails we started sending out emails from Instantly. Now, and as I said, all the emails that we're sending out from Instantly and that we're receiving in Instantly, we will be writing down back in Airtable. So let's open our record and see how it looks. Over here in this example, we are writing all the emails that we're sending just for tracking purposes here in the comment section. So you will see the email sent over here. Again, I don't have any delay between emails. This is why you can see the first email was sent at 12:35 p.m. and the second one at 12:37. Again, if we put delay of a day or 2 days, it's gonna send the emails accordingly. But it just shows you all the necessary information just to know the status of the Instantly lead. In this case, the date and time, the from email, the to email, the subject line, and also the body of the email. Now, in different instances with different CRM platforms, you might want to store this data in a different way. This is just a very, very simple example of how to sync data between Instantly and Airtable, but you might want to create a separate record for every single email that you're receiving, or you might want to write these details into a specific custom field that you have for your instantly lead or even for your opportunity. Again, you're gonna be able to design or decide whatever you want with the system that you have in place. Again, that's pretty adjustable. Now, as we look through these emails inside Airtable, let me go to my inbox and see how it looks in my inbox. All right, so I'm here in my inbox and it says, "Hi Charles, I'll pause outreach if it's not the right time. If you'd like to take a quick look, just reply interested, I'll send you the info." Again, this is the third email from our email sequence. You can see that the way that it was sent, it was 2 minutes ago, 1 minute ago, and right now. So it's just 1 minute in between those emails. This is why it's sent so quickly, just for me to demo the system to you. In your example, the pause might be a little bit more. It might be day, couple of days, couple of maybe 7 week, whatever the case is. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna reply and say, "Thanks, interested." And let's wait for a couple of minutes to see how this data syncs back into Instantly and how it comes into Airtable so we can see it and act on it. By the way, as we're waiting for the email to come through, let me go quickly to Instantly and show you how the data gets synced between Airtable and Instantly. So over here, when we go into our campaign, we go into leads, and this is the lead that we're currently working with. We can go into activities and see all the activities that are happening for that specific lead. Now, the purpose of syncing the data between Instantly and Airtable is to see the same information in our CRM system. So this is exactly what I just showed you inside our system, of having all the emails sent. So now I'm showing this on the screen, email sent and email received inside the same record. And you can also see the status of the Instantly record itself just got changed to replied, just because we replied, "Thanks, interested." And again, this just allows us not to lose any pieces of information whenever we're using different functionalities in a different platform while still maintaining our CRM system as a single source of truth. Now, behind all of this, Instantly, Airtable, or whatever platforms or systems you are using, we have our make.com automation. And I just quickly want to show you how it works. Essentially, it listens for all the notifications that Instantly sends, right? And it tells you, "Hey, I just sent an email," or "I just received an email." And again, in this case, we're listening to Instantly. If you're using a different cold emailing platform, you might be listening to a different platform like Smart Leads or whatever the case might be. And in this case, we're just branching the two answers. One is email sent and the second is email received. And depending on which notification we receive, it updates the Airtable, according Airtable Instantly lead record with the right status, and also post that comment of whether email sent or email received. All right, with all that said, let's get back to our high-level design and see what are the pieces that are remaining for us to complete the process and to test the full system. Now, we've just went through triggering the creation of the Instantly lead, and this is how the lead was created on Instantly. I also showed you the triggering or sending of the email campaign, and this is exactly what happened, right? We clicked the button, it showed us the status in Airtable, and it sent emails using Instantly. And we also received replies to these emails. So all the replies were posted in our task inside Airtable, and we could easily see the status of the Instantly lead without leaving our single source of truth or our CRM system. Now, the final piece of this whole system, and again, this is a very simple system, the last piece is the triggering the creation of the opportunity. Now, as we receive the positive reply from one of our leads, we also want to convert that into opportunity to keep working with that prospect and hopefully convert that prospect into a paying customer. So let me show you how we do this in this case. I'm gonna navigate back to Airtable, and over here we're gonna again go to Instantly Leads table. And by the way, you can see other leads also are getting emails sent, so you can pull them up and also see all the emails sent for that specific lead. You can also see the emails actually from here correspond to emails here. And then there is one more example over here. But now, as we received one positive reply for one of our leads, now we need to convert that to opportunity. And converting to opportunity is actually very, very simple. We're gonna just use the same method as we used for creating Instantly leads and also triggering the email campaign. We'll be using a checkbox in the Create Opportunity column. I'm just gonna click the checkbox, and it will show me the status that this Instantly lead is being processed, and it should create opportunity for this specific instantly lead and the respective contact in my opportunities table. So as you can see, the status just changed to processing, now to successful, and I can see the opportunity showing over here. So if I go into opportunities table, I can see that my opportunity got created into the interested column or interested stage of the pipeline. Again, this is an example of the pipeline, it's not the full pipeline. Obviously, you can have many more steps than I have over here. But as soon as you have opportunity here, you have, first of all, the instantly lead that replied. So you can pull that up. You can actually click on the lead and see all the history of what happened to that lead prior to us creating the opportunity. You also have the contact information that you uploaded from the very beginning, and now you can start working with the opportunity and moving it through all your stages of your pipeline to convert that engaged customer, engaged lead into your paying customer. One additional cool feature that I wanted to show you before we wrap this up is actually when you receive the replies from Instantly, it also gives us a link so that we can go back to Instantly and see what that reply looks like inside Instantly. So what I mean by that, we have a column called Instantly Unibox URL. And Instantly only gives this when it receives a reply. So when we just send an email, it doesn't give us this link. But when we click that link, it takes us directly to the conversation on Instantly Unibox so that you can also reply inside Instantly. I didn't mention that we did not build this functionality of replying inside Airtable. And again, many CRM systems allow you to send emails from within their records, so it's a little bit more easier to do that inside an actual CRM system, not just a custom-built Airtable base. But in this example, just to make it easier, the navigation between two systems, you can use like a link or something similar to this, so that your users can only click the link and it takes them directly to the page where can they type in the response or see all the emails that were sent to that specific Instantly lead. All right, with all that said, let me get back quickly to the high-level design and tell you how you can now use this design to build the same system or the same integration with your platforms that you're using. As I said from the beginning, we're using the three platforms called emailing software, integration platform, and record management software. These are the only platforms or kind of tools that you need to build this type of integration. So it really doesn't matter whether you use Instantly, Smart Leads, or any other cold emailing platform, whether you use HubSpot, Salesforce, or Pipedrive, or you're using Make, Zapier, or any other integration or automation platform out there, you can put these puzzles together, and based on these diagrams and this architecture, you can build absolutely the same functionalities according to the technical aspects of those softwares that will allow you to integrate data from two platforms and create that single source of truth within your CRM system that will serve you throughout your whole sales process. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough, and let me know in the comments if you liked it and if you'd like to see more walkthroughs like this or demos of the systems. I hope this also gave you a little bit more understanding of how you can integrate that data and create your CRM system that will become a single source of truth for all your team members throughout your sales process. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.